Well, Lough Ree is one of the best fishing spots in Ireland. It's the second largest lake on the River Shannon, and it's a haven for boats and water activities. Recently, a group of like-minded people came together to raise funds for an access for all boat. The vessel will provide an adapted, integrated, water-based experience for people with disability and mobility issues for the very first time on Lough Ree. We went along to find out about it.
Well, we're up here on Lough Ree with the Access for All project, and it's a wheelchair accessible boat, the first of its kind with a drop-down ramp, and we're going to go out and go fishing. Well, the boat is 5 years in gestation, and what you see here is the result of 5 years of hassling and raising funds and a bunch of small enthusiastic volunteers having a vision. And the vision was we wanted to change lives, and to change it in a meaningful way that we could allow accessibility for people who've reduced mobility or wheelchair users. And this boat opens up a whole new world for people, because the 6 wheelchair users and their carers can come aboard, and it's a game changer. On a boat like this is very stable. It has the latest technology, it has bow thrusters, and it also has a stabilising system which interprets by GPS the wind wave action and sends pulses at the back of the boat to stabilise it.
Let's go fishing for a dream. Let's find some place new.
Andy Burnett is with Inland Fisheries Ireland, and through their outreach programme he works with anglers with disabilities.
It's nice to get people out doing what they used to enjoy doing, and just giving them that opportunity to get back out on the bank again. We brought Tony out today. I've worked with Tony a good bit over the last year. We had a few trips out last year over in Cavan, and Tony enjoyed catching fish over there, so he used to be a very keen salmon angler, so we brought him after something bigger today. We're going to try and get a pike for him today, but we're also using the new reels that are specially adapted for people with disabilities. Tony's got very little use of his left hand, so the reels have been adapted where you can use one hand to hold the rod and also use the reel at the same time.
On the water we are not the same. Time away with friends is time reclaimed.
Tony Parker has been a keen angler all his life, but recently suffered a stroke. Getting back on the water for him was pure joy.
A day's fishing is a day's fishing. There's nothing to beat it. You're not sat inside 4 walls as it is now, all day and every day. It's more than just fishing. There's a lot of wildlife on water that you see you would never see sat in house.
Tony's wife Rhiannon is delighted that he can once again do what he loves.
He loves to be with the lads chatting fishing. Never mind that rod and reel in his hand, he'll chat all day to them. It's given him the opportunity to be out and about, and it's an opportunity we never thought Tony would ever see again. He's back doing what he loves.
Rock me on the water, sister, will you soothe my fever brow?
Having a vessel like this is really, really important. I've been lucky enough to be involved with the project from very early on. I used to work at Lough Ree Angling Hub many moons ago, but now with my time Inland Fisheries, it's really important to have something like this, because it just allows access for anglers that wouldn't have been able to get out on the water previously. Because access is such a big issue, particularly for angling, because it's a rough and ready sport, you know, and access can be really bad in a lot of places. So just to be given the opportunity to be able to get out on the water, if you're a wheelchair user or a disabled angler or somebody who's got less able-bodied, shall we say, I think it's a huge thing, and it's great work that the lads are doing.
Get away to where the boat leaves from. It takes away I love your big brown lungs.
All it takes is a small number of people who are passionate and enthusiastic and who keep focused on it. And once you know what the goal and the prize is, you will do it. And at times, yeah, we felt we were in molasses, walking 3 steps back and then you do 2 steps forward. But we raised the money. The boat is 200,000 of an investment, including the VAT content. And so it's very significant for a small group of volunteers to do that. But it means we can now offer service for €12.50 per person, and their carer goes free to enjoy the wonders of Lough Ree and the mighty River Shannon. They're part of the community, they're part of the gang, and they feel on an even platform with everyone else, and it should be like that. We're now in a period of where everyone who has any disability should feel that if they want to participate in any sport, if there's a will there should be a way. And we're doing that with this. It's only a small token, but I think it means an enormous difference to people's lives.
Thank you, lads.
Liam Finnegan is the skipper today and has a great love for Lough Ree.
I've been boating here, of course, for all my life in various, from commercial hotel barges down to scuba diving, down to fishing, and got involved in this project here, which is a really fantastic project. You know, I always say that probably 90% of Irish people are landlocked, but it's by choice. But 100% of people with any disability are landlocked, but it's not by choice. They're landlocked because they've no facility. And I thought this was a brilliant idea, and certainly go with it, you know. And it means so much that you don't have to manhandle people onto a boat, and you know that you have to have a bit of dignity towards it, you know. So in that respect, it's a big plus for all these people. We're on the river part of the Shannon at the moment, and just below Lanesborough here, south of us here, it opens up into Lough Ree, which is an amazing area. Even in the busy times, you could find your own square kilometre of space. It's about 35 kilometres in length, but 11 kilometres in wide in places, and it is steeped in history, both living history and very ancient history, the monastic settlements. You have quite a number of little villages off the lake as well, and lots of open space, place to swim, place to fish, place to ski. But for people with any kind of mobility issues, this can get them out onto that beautiful playground, and they can just do the scenery if they want to, or they can do the fishing, whatever we want.
Samantha Thompson has lived near Lough Ree for many years, but has never been out on the lake.
I was very nervous because of a fear of deep water, but yeah, it was okay. I'd do it again. Just getting out, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We don't get opportunities like this, so to have an accessible boat is just fantastic. Just feeling free and doing something that everybody else does. Do you know, we're included.
The might of the volunteer is such that people want, there's a great generosity, as we know, in Ireland, as you see with raising funds whenever there's something on the Late Late Show even. So people came forward and wanted to offer their services. But the problem was we then coincided with lockdown and all that went with that. So a small cohort of people kept the foot on the gas pedal to make sure we got the boat in over the line. Phenomenal support from Roscommon Leader Partnership. Inland Fisheries Ireland have come on board financially as well, and we have a wonderful sponsor in DPD, the parcel delivery crowd. Without these sort of companies, and indeed state agencies, this would just be a dream out there. It wouldn't be realised at all. The hope is that we'll have a second boat up and running soon, and we'll develop, in conjunction with Waterways Ireland, a meet and greet centre with a coffee shop that will become a centre for wheelchair accessibility on the Midlands of Ireland.
I get a buzz from being out on the river anyway, because I've been on it all my life. But I think if you can give a little back and you see the pleasure in these people's faces, that's a really good payment, I must say.
Our vision is once COVID restrictions are eased and hopefully as the rollout of vaccinations improve and whatever, we will be able to operate 5 days a week and then running into weekends as well, 7 days a week, a full service for people who want to come out and join us here on Lough Ree. I think everyone rowing the boat, pardon the pun, in the same direction with a great level of commitment